Decolonization is one of the main points and most important things to Africa during the Cold War. It is the act of getting rid of colonization or freeing a country from being dependent on another country. This angered the African people, leading to the end of imperialism in Africa after they decolonized all of Africa. One of our subpoints is the French community. The French owned many African colonies during the Cold War. They wanted their African colonies to be a part of France and its government. The colonies did not expect independence from France. The French president gave African colonies a choice to become independent or to be members of the French community and accept French control of foreign affairs. If Africa remained with France, they would receive French aid, but if not, they would be cut off from all aid and contacts in France. Another subpoint is Cold War rivals in the Horn of Africa. The Horn of Africa suffers political conflict from unfairness. They get involved in struggles like the Cold War, changing sides at critical points. In addition, another point under decolonization is Rhodesia becomes Zimbabwe. In 1953, there was a compromise that would allow Rhodesia to have a self-government with no political say. After the 1980 election, Rhodesia became Zimbabwe. Then, the Gold Coast becomes Ghana, where Kwame Nkrumah believed unity would give them independence. Due to his radical tactics, he was expelled by the conservative leaders, so he formed a self-government, and when the British held their next election, his party won, giving the Gold Coast independence and changing it to Ghana. Rwandan genocide was the mass murder the Hutu committed against the Tutsi. The Hutu government encouraged citizens to go against the Tutsi. The Angolan Civil War happened after Angola became independent from Portugal in 1975. When becoming independent, there was a problem between the People's Movement of Liberation of Angola and the National Union for the Total Independence of Angola. Since this civil war was so large, other countries got involved, which eventually led to the straining relationship between America and the Soviet Union, basically starting the Cold War. Nigerian ethnic violence relates to all of these pinpoints. This was when people of different cultures were grouped together while people of the same culture were separated. This led to ethnic tension because people did not like this. This eventually turned into violence between major groups. The groups were Rwanda and Burundi, and the Tutsi and Hutu. The most significant point relating to decolonization is the apartheid. The apartheid is a very strict set of segregation rules. Nelson Mandela was the leader of the ANC. The purpose of the ANC was to end the apartheid in South Africa. The apartheid was a system of institutionalized racial segregation and discrimination in South Africa. Nelson Mandela's acts caused him to get arrested for treason. After his arrest, the ANC continued with leaders such as Desmond Tutu and Stephen Biko. All of the above relates to decolonization because every topic had to do with Africa trying to decolonize itself from European rule and gain independence so they could be united countries instead of a split-up continent.